Have you ever wondered why Utah is so weird? Picture a place where every single county is home to a national forest, a state that boasts a unique blend of diverse geography. Utah, nestled in the heart of the American West, is that place. Here you'll find landscapes that seem to defy nature itself. From the Red Rock Desert of its 5 national parks, each more enchanting than the last, to the snow-capped peaks of the Wasatch Range, Utah is a veritable paradise for outdoor enthusiasts. But it's not just the landscape that sets Utah apart. The state is also known for its unusual laws, customs, and traditions, adding an extra layer of intrigue to its persona. Take, for instance, the annual festival of Pioneer Day, a state holiday that celebrates the heritage of the original settlers in a grand manner. So, with such a unique blend of natural beauty and quirky traditions, it's no wonder we find Utah a bit peculiar. Did you know that in Utah it's illegal to cause a catastrophe, or that birds have the right of way on all highways? Yes, you heard that right. Utah, the state renowned for its picturesque landscapes and vibrant culture, also has a collection of some of the most peculiar laws on the books. Let's dive into the details of these intriguingly odd laws. First up, the catastrophe law. This law broadly defines a catastrophe as a massive calamity resulting from man-made or natural causes. So, if you're planning on causing an apocalypse in Utah, you might want to think twice. This law, though seemingly strange, is actually a proactive measure to deter potential harm to the state's environment and its residents. Moving on to our feathered friends, birds in Utah enjoy an unmatched privilege. They have the legal right-of-way on all highways. This law came into existence due to the extensive migratory bird routes that overlap the state's highway systems. The aim was to protect the bird population and also to prevent accidents caused by sudden bird movements. So next time you hit the road in Utah, keep an eye out for those winged jaywalkers. And here's another one for you. It's illegal to fish from horseback in Utah. While it might seem like a scene straight out of a Wild West movie, this law is actually still in effect. The origin of this law is somewhat unclear, but it's believed to have been implemented to ensure safety for both the rider and the horse. Lastly, did you know that in Utah it's illegal to walk down the street carrying a violin in a paper bag? This law, while sounding downright hilarious, was originally created to deter illegal liquor transportation during the Prohibition era. A violin case, it seems, was the perfect disguise. These laws, while peculiar, add to the unique charm of Utah. They serve as a reminder of the state's rich history and its commitment to ensuring the safety and well-being of its residents and wildlife. So, remember, when in Utah, always yield to the birds. Utah is a land of extremes. It's the second driest state in the US, yet it boasts the greatest snow on Earth. How's that for weird? Now sit tight as we explore this land of contrasts. Imagine a place where you can get a sunburn and frostbite all in the same day. Sounds impossible, right? Not in Utah. With its vast deserts and towering peaks, Utah is a land that defies the norms. The state is home to some of the most diverse weather patterns in the country. Summers can be scorching hot, with temperatures often soaring above 100 degrees Fahrenheit in the south. Yet, in the same state, winters can be bone-chillingly cold. The Wasatch Range, for instance, regularly sees temperatures plunge below zero, but here's where it gets even weirder. Despite being one of the driest states, Utah claims to have the greatest snow on Earth. And it's not just an empty boast. The state receives an average of 60 inches of rainfall annually. But when it comes to snowfall, Utah is a heavyweight, clocking in at an average of more than 500 inches per year in some areas. The snow here is renowned for its light, fluffy texture, making it a paradise for winter sports enthusiasts. These extreme weather patterns have shaped Utah's identity and lifestyle. The state's residents have adapted to thrive in these conditions. Summer heat brings them outdoors to explore the state's 5 national parks, while winter snowfall transforms Utah into a winter wonderland, attracting skiers and snowboarders from around the globe. In the midst of these extremes, Utah's unique flora and fauna have found a way to flourish. From desert-dwelling lizards that bask in the summer heat to snowshoe hares who thrive in the snowy winters, life in Utah is a testament to resilience and adaptability. So what's the takeaway? Well, if you're the kind of person who craves variety and loves a challenge, Utah is the place to be. It's a land of extremes, yes, but it's also a land of extraordinary beauty, adventure, and surprising resilience. So whether you love the heat or the cold, Utah has got you covered. Now let's explore the quirky side of Utah. Ever heard of the Utah War? Or the fact that it's the Jell-O capital of the world? Let's start with the Utah War. This conflict, also known as Buchanan's Blunder, was a year-long standoff between the U.S. government and the Mormons of Utah. It happened in the late 1850s, but here's the kicker. There was almost no actual fighting, just a lot of misunderstandings, posturing, and eventually, a peaceful resolution. It's a fascinating moment in history that highlights Utah's unique cultural and religious roots. Now let's wobble over to Utah's obsession with Jell-O. Yes, you heard that right. Utahns have an unusual affinity for this jiggly dessert. In fact, they love it so much that in the year 2001, Jell-O was officially declared the state snack. And it's not just a symbolic gesture. Utah consistently ranks as the top consumer of Jell-O in the nation. They even celebrate an annual Jell-O week every February. Talk about a sweet tradition. But the quirks don't stop there. Have you ever heard of the Uphelly AA celebration in the town of Spanish Fork? It's a Scottish Viking festival, complete with a full-sized Viking ship that they set on fire. It's an odd tradition for a town in the middle of the American West. Yet, it's a beloved event that draws crowds from all over. And let's not forget about the Transcontinental Railroad Backwards Running Race. Held annually in the town of Corinne, competitors run backwards along the original route of the Transcontinental Railroad. It's a peculiar event, but it's part of what makes Utah so delightfully eccentric. So, from its unusual laws to its extreme weather and unique traditions, there's no denying that Utah is a bit weird. But isn't that part of its charm? Indeed, these quirks are not oddities to be shunned, but characteristics that make Utah a fascinating place to explore. Whether it's backwards running races or jiggly desserts, Utah's quirks are all part of its undeniable allure.